You're tuned in to season 4 of Catch My Black and Gay podcast.
Where being black and gay is definitely okay.
This podcast was created to give African American gay men an outlet to express, debate, and give our opinion on today's pop culture, political, and life views.
Hey guys, you're tuned in to Catch My Black and Gay podcast, where being black and gay is definitely okay. I am your boy Jay, and I have my amazing co-host with me today, Chef Vaughn.
Wagwan, wagwan.
Torian.
What's up, what's up, what's up?
How does it go?
Go lay down.
Okay. Take a nap. All right. Oh, singing old Negro spirituals.
Go down, Moses.
Lord.
Let my people...
Not let my people go, girl.
Not let my people go.
Oh my God. Let me shut up. Because I was about to pose a question.
Oh Lord.
Black history, child. But it's okay. I'll save it for
Pride,
another day.
It's Pride Month, baby.
Okay. It's Pride Month, and it's a shame that I have to bring this shit up during Pride Month, okay? I'm tired of the shit, but we have to speak about it because this video triggered me.
And I'm about to read every last pussy that's in this video.
All right. So I posted a video on our social media of a show. It's called Queen's Court with Claudia Jordan. And in that video, it's y'all aunties and y'all grannies.
Are they aunties? Are they aunties? I feel like they all grannies.
Oh, girl. Listen.
And it begins.
who's the no? Seriously, who's the auntie of the group?
Well, Vivica don't have no kids.
Claudia?
So.
Probably Claudia. I would say Claudia.
And Vivica don't have no kids. So.
And Vivian
That doesn't mean she's not a
that
granny.
bitch
That
old enough to be a granny. The
doesn't mean
fuck?
she's not a granny. Just because you don't got no kids, don't. If all your friends' kids got kids, bitch, you a granny.
Grown kids. They all got grown kids.
Shit,
Okay.
I don't have no kids, and I'm a part of the dad's club. All my friends got kids.
So don't know if you saw the video that I posted on social media of Cocktails with Queens. It's a show hosted by Claudia Jordan, Selena Johnson, Vivica A. Fox, and Lisa Ray. But they recently did a segment of their show that discussed a trans man by the name of Logan Brown, who happens to be pregnant and is on the cover of Glamour UK magazine. They gave their responses, and it wasn't nice at all. Their reaction to the cover of this magazine was very appalling. I would play the audio for you all, but I'm not. If you want to see the video, it is on our Instagram page. Just go to our Instagram page. We posted the whole clip. You will see in this clip that Claudia, who leads the show, poses a question. Ladies, how do you feel about this? Vivica, she's like. And Lisa Ray said, I don't know about this. It's something wrong. Something is wrong with the science here. She said something like that about
Ain't
the
this
science.
a bitch who's an actress? Like, you're an
Right.
actress. What you know about science?
Oh, she
girl?
said that, in quote, the science is all wrong here. That's what she said.
Again, you, ma'am, are not a scientist.
Right. Claudia Jordan, she was just shaking her head no. And then I will say I give Selena grace.
Yes,
I
absolutely.
give Selena grace, one, because I met her twice and she was a absolute doll. Like,
I'm not giving her grace for that,
okay,
but continue.
but she that's one. But two, I also loved her on R&B Divas.
I
But
did too. Them ashy
yeah,
knees. You
SpongeBob.
because you look like a man with those black gums and all. She would do good on Atlanta Housewives. But anyway,
classic read, baby. But
but
anyway,
Oh, she's too
uh,
big. She's too big for Atlanta Housewives.
she is not too big. What do you mean?
She
She's too
just
little
she ain't bigger than Candy, bitch. And
at
Candy
bigger than
all.
Soda. What
Candy.
the
At all.
I also think Candy has outgrown it, but that's just my opinion.
We'll
But
talk about that
also,
later.
we're getting off the
No,
subject.
anyway,
We're getting off topic.
but
Bring it
anyway,
back.
the only person I give a little grace to is Selena, because she did. Her stance was, "Hey, I'm not calling myself a cis woman. I'm not calling myself. I'm not saying
Chest
something
feeding.
chest feeding instead of breastfeeding, because the milk ducts, they're in the breast."
Right.
I thought that was a dig a little bit, but I gave
A
her
little bit.
grace. I gave her grace because she posed the question, and she's the only one that made sense and said, "Wait, this is a trans man, which means sh- this person, they still have female reproductive system." And then everyone's like, "Oh, okay, yeah, okay." Um, Vivica at the end said, "I need y'all to stop making shit up." That was very shocking to me.
It's Vivica. Really shocking.
Why are you laughing, Chef?
I didn't find anything wrong with anything that they said. I'm not saying anything wrong. Ugh, that's might be the wrong way to say it. I don't fucking listen. I feel like they ignorance is bliss, and they did not know about the know about. And even I get confused sometimes with stuff that happens in our community, and I think that it's nothing wrong with me saying that I'm sometimes confused. Like,
Mm-hmm.
not on this particular subject, but I am sometimes confused, and I am sometimes like, what the fuck are we gonna do next? Like, I think they add another letter, so it's like I don't know. I don't know. Like, shit. Sorry.
So can
But
I?
go ahead.
Actually, let me not. Go ahead, Jay. You go
No,
first.
you go ahead. Go ahead, girl.
So I think there's a difference in what you're saying and what they did.
Yeah.
Right?
Agreed.
There's a difference in saying, I don't know, I'm unsure, and therefore I'm going to ask respectful questions
Yep.
to find understanding.
Yep.
Right.
That is one thing. But for them to make an announcement of what they will and will not do, what they don't get and will not get, you are already setting the tone for where you stand on this. And that's my problem with all of this. I get it, right? There's a lot of stuff that's constantly evolving, constantly changing. That's also called life. Okay? Like,
Yeah.
that's just life. And so for me, it is completely disrespectful what they said. All of them, even Selena.
Mm-hmm.
Even
Mhm.
Selena. Because at the end of the day, for her to even, I get her understanding of the science and is like, oh, this person has, still has women, genitalia and parts. I get that. However, the problem though with that is that may not be everybody's story.
Mm-hmm.
That may not be every trans man's, or also for a trans woman, that may not be their story, that they have this same part as what they were assigned at birth with. And so to make that statement, the way she makes that statement generalizes the assumption that every trans man still has quote unquote woman parts.
Mm-hmm.
And so for me, that's the problem, because everybody makes the transition differently. Some keep and some change, and that's their business. Why are we concerned about the genitalia of people that you ain't trying to fuck?
Hello.
That is the problem. And I, this is that is complete. I mean, I ain't watched them old bags. I won't listen to them old bags
Period.
because for me, like, it's just this is the problem. This is why people feel particularly people in the LGBTQ community feel the way that they feel as it relates to navigating either Black women or
Yep.
Black men.
Mm-hmm.
This shit.
Yeah. And I think that's where I was disappointed in, to see a bunch of Black women sit around and be that. This is why I was funny when I said y'all aunties and grannies, but this is how your aunties and grannies do talk. This is how they used to talk back in the day. This is kitchen, like Wendy Williams used to say, this is kitchen table talk. I definitely fault the producers of the show. One, because if I was a producer of that show, I'd be like, hold on, y'all. If we're going to address a topic, I'm gonna need y'all to be educated on the topic
and full informed.
Or as Chef said, be honest about your not having understanding, and
Exactly.
therefore, if you don't have understanding, you should not be putting your tongue on shit you don't understand.
But stand on it. I don't mind. Listen. I don't mind you objecting or even having an issue. How about that? Stand 10 toes down. You can do that.
But how do you have an issue with something you don't understand? Like that
that's
to
what
me
I'm
is
saying. Wait, but
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying.
Yeah.
See, I didn't hear it as them having an issue. The way I heard like them being ignorant, like because they could not
making shit up.
And like I said, I feel like people should just say I don't fucking know.
Period.
I don't know.
You can.
And I don't know, and I don't have an opinion on that. Like, and it's fine. That's fine. But I didn't read into them like talking about any type of genitalia. I heard them most sure speaking for themselves. Like, I can't call myself this. I can't say this. I do feel like it's a certain level of education. You know what I mean?
But no, go ahead, finish. I'm sorry.
I'm saying it's like for me, like I'm exposed to this because this is my lifestyle. So there's a lot of things that I know that I'll probably have a conversation with my brother, and he'll like, what the fuck are you talking about? You know what I mean? Like I think like I don't think, and I'm hoping, like I don't think that it was their intentions to offend. I think they were just more so speaking on what they knew.
But
and
see,
I do feel like they should have. They should make a more informed decision because they are on TV. They do have this platform,
right?
But you can't have it both ways.
You cannot have it both ways. But I also hold them at least more accountable, and because each one of them are close friends with gay men or someone that is a part of the LGBTQ plus that is Black. One, or we won't even bring race into here. But they all. Claudia has Al and Funky Dineva, and I wanted Funky Dineva. I know. We all have it's fine. It's fine. But it's fine. But
she's problematic as fuck. But okay.
Yes. But Vivica also, like all four women have considered themselves an ally of the community. Vivica has hosted and been a part of Pride events. She has done so much. Now, let me take that out because I'm not going to say she's done so much, but she has each woman has profited off of the LGBTQ community.
So I'm glad that you ended it with that because that is exactly what I was going to end up saying.
Okay.
Because that's the problem.
Yep.
The problem is we all know where Black culture comes from and stems from. Okay? Mm-hmm. We all know where it comes from. And they have benefited from having us in their sphere that allows them to be and exist as they are.
Yep.
And so let's be clear. Just because people are paying you for a service don't make them a motherfucking ally.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Does not make them an ally.
You're right.
Agreed.
And here's the reality of it all. This clip, to me, shows that none of them are an ally. Mm-hmm. None of them. Mm-hmm. None of them are an ally. None of them. And so for me, I get, I literally just sat on a panel with a trans man. Right? And there is so much that they deal with as a trans man that it is just, you cannot, as a person of privilege, will never understand.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And when people talk like this, it is harmful to their community, to them. It is
Period.
harmful.
Yep.
You don't have to understand why. You don't have to understand none of that shit. How about somebody saying, I don't understand how the brat walk around here masculine presenting, but yet she popping out a goddamn baby?
Whoop.
What's the
Come on.
difference?
Come on.
What is the difference?
Come on. Come on. And
What's
I'll
the
tell you
difference?
this. I'll tell you this. I contemplated posting that on our social media for maybe a day or two. I contemplated about posting that because I think with a lot of these blog sites and a lot of these blog sites, I feel like they post information or they post these things that are anti-LGBTQ plus, and we know the Black community is going to jump in. And sometimes I read those comments and I look at how
Vicious.
hateful and vicious these comments are. And I mean, if you go on the post, we have a woman on under the post that's actually, I won't say she's attacking, but she had an exchange with one of our faithful listeners, and it took everything for me not to jump in my damn self and be like, look, oh Lord, Tori, you go to the post. Lord, I'm like, and I'm watching this and I'm like, I need to jump in and say something. But then I just got lost and I'm like, well, Torian's coming to the rescue, y'all. So go to the post. But anywho, and this poses a good question though, right?
And they're doing this shit during Pride Month. Bitch, fuck
They're
you.
doing this shit during Pride Month. What? Look at
Somebody
that.
Somebody said Lisa Ray is not smart.
I mean, I'm not surprised at Lisa Ray's response. Like,
At
I
all.
mean, look at how her and her sister relationship is. But
No,
I mean,
but she
like,
was really stupid. She was saying like her shit was stupid, bitch. Go back and listen to that shit. She doesn't understand that this person was born female.
So I think a part of that is good, right? Like a part of understanding someone as a trans man, seeing them as a man, great. Like, yes, we want you to do that.
Yeah.
I think we need to remove this idea that we need to be worried about people's motherfucking genitalia.
I just feel like that is just what it is.
Business.
Like that I agree with. But as far as like, I don't think that they were like being malicious in what they just were fucking ignorant. Like,
so then don't say shit. There's a million times that I don't say shit that I don't know about.
Me here.
And here's the thing. We made a point to not even talk about the trans experience here.
Yes.
That's not us. We don't know.
That's not our expertise. And
right. Without bringing someone who identifies as a trans person, bringing them on and let them talk about their own experience, because that's the way that it's supposed to be. It is not our job to opine about people's fucking identities when we don't identify with that community. Period. It is problematic. For these fucking cisgendered women, and that's the other fucking, I'm not gonna call myself a cisgender woman. Bitch, let's be clear. That's not a new term. Okay? That is not a new term. It is a new term because it is just coming out as, in these conversations as, again, education and language is evolving and being more quote unquote mainstream. But that term is not new. Mm-hmm. Okay? Mm-hmm. And so it's just sick. It is absolutely frustrating, especially when you have people who, like you said, Jay, are so close to the community, at least in terms of their personal relationships or how they employ or how they connect with the community. And yet you can go and spew shit like this. If you don't know, say you don't know and keep it fucking moving. You don't have to give an opinion on every fucking thing. Sometimes you fucking celebrities just need to shut the fuck up and be okay with shedding the fuck up.
Period. Period. But it ain't just celebrities; it's everybody.
Yeah,
Fair.
everybody.
Shut the fuck
Everybody.
up.
And let me also say this too. I have a problem with the term ally, and I've said this before on this platform that, like, how do we move people from being an ally to being an accomplice?
Accomplice. Yep. I've been using that. Will stole that from me.
I don't give a shit about you being an ally. Anybody can put a goddamn Black Lives Matter or, Pride Month sign on their goddamn front lawn and in their goddamn window. But what are you willing to lose to make sure that people, LGBTQ particularly, and Black folk are reaching freedom and liberation, bitch? And in order for you to do that, you have to lose something. You have to be in risk of losing something.
Yep.
And if you ain't doing that, bitch, you can keep all your I enjoy or I believe in your movement. That ain't getting us liberation.
Yep. So here's how to use your platform as a celebrity, and as Torian said, be an accomplice to the work that is being done.
Now, I have a question for us as a Black community. Have you ever asked a Black queer person to choose between their identities? Now, you're probably nodding and saying no. But is that true? Because some of us do it every day. We do it every time we tell the Black LGBTQ plus community that we hear and we appreciate their trauma and their pain and all this legislation is horrible. But see, right now it's Blackness that's being attacked at the ballot box. And so we need to exclusively focus on the Black stuff first, and we'll get to the gay stuff later. Well, I want you to tell that to Marsha P. Johnson. She was a Black activist that ultimately was murdered doing the very work of liberating herself and those just like her. So go ahead and make Marsha choose between being Black and being trans. See, the fact is it's a false choice. It does not exist. And when we ask our Black LGBTQ plus family to pick or to, prioritize an aspect of their identity, all we do in that question is dehumanize ourselves. You see, every Black queer person has the unadulterated right to fully exist in every aspect of their identity, and they should be supported and loved in doing so. And keep this part in mind. While every Black person in America is living in a state of emergency, and especially if you live in Florida and you're Black, please know that the Black LGBTQ plus community is living in two devastating worlds at the exact same time.
Period. That is Ebony K. Williams. Huge fan of hers. Former Real Housewives of New York cast member. I didn't know her when she was on Real Housewives because I'm not a Real Housewives New York fan, but I stumbled maybe a year or two across her podcast, and I listened faithfully. I'm a juror. It's called Holding Court with Ebony K. Williams. She got
this is the same one that said she wouldn't date a truck driver. Girl.
Well, we could debunk that later. Like, girl. Because I understood what she was saying. We could debate that. That might be another episode. But anywho, don't come for my sis. But no, all that, what you think aside, this is how, again, like you said, you not only you erase being an ally and become what is it, complicit? Is that what you said? An accomplice,
An accomplice, but complicit, same difference.
An accomplice to the work. But
can I
just
ask,
appreciate that, because
what was she losing in this? And never mind. I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. No, because that's going down another rabbit hole. Okay. No, I'm gonna.
What I'm saying is, we need more people like that to speak for us, right? We don't have many platforms. We don't have the Don Lemons or Lemons, whatever his name is, speaking like that. Like the black men that are gay or openly gay in media do not talk about this shit. And when I watched that clip of Ebony,
we gotta give kudos to what's that kid that's on Abbott Elementary? Tyler.
Alex.
But he's not gay.
He's not queer.
But he just spoke up for.
That's fair.
He just spoke up for it, and he posted and went into the whole shit. Like, I was just throwing it in there before you make that statement.
Okay. Okay.
But I also get what Jay's saying too,
No, I agree.
because
I agree.
no, 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 no,
I
no,
was,
no,
I
no,
was
no, 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 no,
adding
no, no,
meat
no,
to
no.
his
This is not.
stuff.
No, no, no. This is not separating. What I'm just saying is that Tyler responded to accusations
Yes.
and then is responding in that way, rather
Yes.
than Ebony is just having this conversation because of what's happening in the world that doesn't give her any direct, that doesn't affect her or impact her directly, which is sort of what I was getting into, what I was going to say. But I get what you're saying. Yes, I understand. Okay. Moving on.
I'm tired of this discussion. Not this. No, I'm like, cause
But we're gonna keep
No,
having
how
it.
you feel? No, say how you feel.
I'm really
Express how
tired
you
of the
feel.
discussion because you guys know, like, and what I was going to say was going back to a year or two. Torian made a statement on one of the episodes that said it's going to take a black woman to
Mm-hmm.
really change this world and heal the world. And this is not
Mm-hmm.
something that I was like, Tori just talking out his ass again, girl. But like I do often, I circle back around and be like, okay,
You were right.
TBT. Not you were right, bitch. But I see where
You
you
were right.
coming from, girl. But no, seriously, it is going to take a black woman to really change the world. And it might not be Ebony K. Williams, but what I want to acknowledge is without all of that noise and whatever the fuck everybody else is saying about dating a bus driver or whatever, she used her platform
Yeah.
to really speak on things that black men are scared to speak on, and black gay men that are currently in media don't even say. I just wanted to give kudos and say
Yeah.
that's the conversation. That's the conversation. That's how you become an accomplice, like you said, Torian,
Yeah.
to the work
And
that's
I
being
and
done.
I and here's the thing, right? We all will have moments in which we say problematic shit. All of us on this
Absolutely.
podcast have experienced on this podcast when we have
Amen.
said problematic shit,
I ain't
okay,
never
and
said
had to
no
circle
problematic
back
shit.
like,
Okay.
oh, okay, um, and have whether it was aired or not.
That's the caveat.
Let me clear it up. Whether it was aired or not, all of us have said things that if it was aired, we will be looked at with eyebrows raised and question marks, right? And that's just reality. We're all human. And so I respect the fact that she was able, she being Ebony, to have that conversation, because that is a very important conversation, because we had this episode, when the whole Black Lives Matter things happened a couple of years ago, right? And we talked about where's the LGBTQ space in Black movement, right? Is there a space for us? And so we had this conversation. And so these are conversations that we must have. And I appreciate her taking the angle at it that she took, right? I still believe that Black women is going to be who saves this fucking country.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel that way. Does not mean at the same time that Black women don't have the space to disappoint us at times with shit like
Yep.
the Queen's Court.
Yep.
Okay? Because that is very disappointing. But seeing clips or hearing clips like Ebony gives me hope rather, of like, oh, okay, all Black women ain't fucked up. Just like when
Yep.
I think about us on this podcast and the movement that we share and the things that we do for community, it gives me hope that all Black men ain't fucking shit, right? That, like, all of us
Period.
ain't shit, okay? And so, or not all of us ain't shit, yeah.
Come on,
Okay,
Grandma.
because I listened back to what I just said and I was like, wait, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. But no, I think, when we talk about allyship, it really is about doing more. And also being an ally means that you are educating yourself. So
Mhm.
if you don't know, if you're
Mhm.
talking a bit about at the very minimum being an ally and not even moving into being an accomplice, if you just solely are saying you're an ally, that
Mhm.
means educating yourself. So you can't keep saying ignorance is bliss, or
Mhm.
you can't keep saying or hiding behind I don't know, and therefore because I don't know, it's okay
Mhm.
for me to say ignorant ass shit.
Mhm.
No, you don't know. Shut your fucking trap hole. Like, shut
Mhm.
up. And let me say something, Chef. That was not me saying that to you, that saying that phrase. I mean, you just happened to say ignorance is bliss, which is what I was referring to, but I wasn't directing that directly to you.
I didn't
I'm
take
just
it
saying
that way. I didn't take it that way.
to
But
clean
I
that up.
also want us to. We have to do a post check again with this Target situation going on, and then like I see less and less this month. I don't see Pride how I've seen other companies being loud and proud. I haven't seen that this year, and mainly because of Target, right? And
Mm-hmm.
people not researching, and it's just a shame we're in the day and age where you can put out misinformation and get a following, and people just come up with their own assumptions, and run with it, right? But it poses a question for me about checking who your friends are, and do they really understand, because if they're not complicit or allies with you. Man, sorry. I had a brain fart. Sorry. But if if they're not
Are they really your
accomplices,
friends?
right, if they're not accomplices or allies with you, are they really your friends? Because I saw posts from people that I would consider friends saying to boycott Target, saying I'm tired of this agenda being pushed on our kids, and just really bashing and saying some hurtful stuff. And I even had a conversation a few years ago with my best friend, and she said she thinks gay is a choice. So that means you don't understand me.
So you chose heterosexuality?
Hello.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right. Okay, bitch. All right.
But
Okay.
but
Common
like, and
sense, the use of common sense ain't common for everybody.
at all, at all. You have been presented with that choice, okay?
And who would choose to literally be ridiculed,
And oppressed.
ostracized, oppressed, like for the rest of their life? Like, who would
Period.
choose to do that?
Period.
Yeah, hi teacher, pick me, pick me. I want to be
I,
oppressed.
I want to be called a
I want to be.
faggot.
I want to be discriminated against. Okay, I want to be potentially bashed
Hello.
and my life taken.
I want to be called a sissy.
Yeah,
I
I
want to
want.
be
I want to.
judged. I want to be judged across the room. I
Yeah,
want to be
God, give me that plight.
I want to be I want to be called peaches. I want to be that.
I want to be,
Give me
disowned
peaches.
from my family, kicked out by my family. Yeah, I want to be that person.
Yeah.
Who would do that? Like, who would
Hello.
consciously
I
choose
mean,
that?
I want to
Like,
be
that doesn't make
homeless.
sense.
I want to be homeless because my parents kicked me out
Like,
because I'm
come
gay.
on.
I chose it.
And let's be clear too. That's just like surface level argument. That's just like
very
surface level
surface.
debate. That's like on its face, just like I ain't got shit else to argue or debate with. That's all I got. And that in of itself, just like, no, bitch, that debunks your idea that I am choosing. The only choice that we are making is to be authentic to who we are. That is the only choice that we
Period.
are making.
Amen to
Period.
that.
Period.
So to think anything else is just fucking asinine. Like, just get out of your own. And this is
It's
because y'all
society
know
at the
this shit
end of the
burns me
day.
up.
That's
This shit
I know.
burns
Too.
me
We
up.
it's just it's mind the business that pays you.
What
And
is the difference? I'm sorry, Jay.
yeah,
What is the difference between being black and being LGBTQ? Do you choose to be black? Do any one of us wait? I mean, unless you're Rachel, don't listen.
What's her name? I forgot her name. Rachel though, but I know what you're talking about.
But like, we don't get to choose us being black. Like, that's not a choice that we have in this world.
Mm.
We know, in the same way we don't have a choice of being LGBTQ. We don't. We don't have a choice in who we are attracted to. We don't have a choice. And let's be clear, too, it's not just about sex. Being LGBTQ is not
Ooh,
just
come
about
on.
sex.
Hello. Because this is, and I posted this. If you only think, and this is in regards to that Target shit too, if you only think about sex when it comes to LGBTQ plus community, you need a therapist. Something
No,
is wrong with
seriously.
you.
No,
No,
Something is
real
wrong
life.
yeah,
with
it
you.
is.
You're
It
a
is
fucking
though.
pervert. How about that?
Especially when you're talking about young people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Could you
yeah.
imagine having
And you got some
conversations
problems.
about the sexuality of children?
Mm-hmm.
And
Or like, what parts do they have? Why are you asking about the fucking genitalia of children?
hello,
And you think it's okay to say that in public?
hello. Because that's all they
What?
think. That's all they think when it comes to LGBTQ plus is sex. And I'm telling you, you need fucking therapy. And you're nasty. You're perverted. Someone probably touched
You're the
you.
deviant. You're the
Hello,
deviant. You're the sexual
hello.
deviant.
You probably were sucking dick at 8.
Oh my goodness! Please don't go there.
I'm just saying, like, because they sexual but
They
here's the thing,
sexualize
they
yeah.
sexualize
Everything.
us, but I also say, like, our black community oppresses us as well,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because even as a
Mm-hmm.
black community, they sexualize us.
Yes.
Twerking, even our reality shows, we're the only shows that, if we ain't popping off in the show or some type of sex scandal in the show, nobody wants to watch it. It doesn't get any views. It doesn't get any ratings,
It's
right?
not entertaining.
It's not entertaining. So, they sexualize us in movies and in music and in post and all of that stuff. And then you guys, the black community, does the same thing to the LGBTQ plus community. And it's all about, and a lot of these people that have this voice, they don't know how it feels to be different. And what we're trying, there's no agenda. And I hate when they say this fucking agenda of what, turning your kids the fuck out. Like, no, what we're trying to create space for is so that other people, other kids do not go through what we went through as kids, where they're hiding themselves, they have no one to talk to. And that representation, right? Black folks love to say representation, representation, but now we have restrictions on what that representation looks like. So I'm sorry. I'm tired
Don't
of
be
this girl
sorry.
thing.
Don't be
It's just
sorry.
But again, scan your friends. Scan your friends. And if they don't understand the work that needs to be done, if they're not on the forefront with you, if they're not speaking up for you, if because we talk about this all the time, where a lot of gay people become the butt of the jokes around people. We're used for entertainment. We're used to make everyone laugh, and that's not all of us. It's not all of us. So,
Check your family too.
definitely check the family chat. I done
check them
X
bitches
all the
first.
motherfuckers out.
Hmm.
I just saw someone saying, "How does it feel?" That what did they say? I just saw something on Twitter that says they hate being the only gay person in their family, and I was like, "Oh my god!" I think me and my twin sister are the only, at least out ones, sure. But
That I
That
just want
part.
to go on record and saying I used to think that too, and then I was like, "Bitch,
oh girl,
please."
let me end this
And
podcast
then
before we get a call.
and then I came out. I let people know about my sexuality, and next thing I know, aunts, cousins.
Girl,
I mean,
it was in the
they all
water.
coming out of the woodworks. Bitch. I can't keep up at this point in 2023. And I'm here for it, right? Like that is what's supposed to happen. There needs
Mhm.
to be somebody who makes it okay within the family to be who you are authentically. Period. Whoever, like, it's okay. That nerd, that gay, whatever it is, like, it's okay to be that first person. It's gonna be rough sometimes, and it ain't gonna be easy, but we all need to be that one motherfucking person, okay?
Period. Well, give us, let us know what you think about this episode. Are you an accomplice in the work that's being done?
And are you holding your friends and family to the standard of also being accomplices and not
Mhm.
just being allies?
Yep. Yep. 971-410-7111. We want to hear your voice. Thanks for tuning in to Catch My Black and Gay podcast. Follow us on all social media platforms at Catch My Black and Gay. Happy Pride.